How to make herb infused vinegar in 8 hours, not weeks.
One of my favorite herbs to cook with is Mexican marigold mint. Can't believe how good this smells. But I don't want to take 4 to 6 weeks to make my vinegar. So I'm going to use the magical butter machine, and I'll be able to do this in 8 hours. Now, Mexican marigold mint has a pretty delicate flavor. It's kind of like tarragon. So instead of using apple cider vinegar, which what you would use with most of your herbs, I'm going to be using a wine vinegar. Now I cut these yesterday and let them dry wilt. So now I'm going to strip them off the stems, chop them up, then we'll get ready to make our vinegar.
Herb infused vinegars are considered a tincture just like glycerin or alcohol tinctures. Herb infused vinegars have an ancient history and were used long before distilled spirits were even known. They're especially effective in extracting minerals from mineral-rich herbs and alkaloids. Herbal vinegars are diluted before use, normally 1 part vinegar to 3 to 4 parts water. Herb-infused vinegars are used topically for injuries, skin irritation, bug bites, and sunburn. Topically to reduce fevers. Topically as fomentation as an expectorant. Used in astringent type gargles. Great used as a hair rinse. Combined with honey to make oxymels and syrups. And of course to cook with or to make your favorite vinaigrette.
Okay, by the time I stripped my leaves off the stems and then I chopped them up, I really didn't have as much as it looked like I had. I'm going to put that in there. Oh, now I've got a little over a cup. And I'm basically going to use about equal amounts of vinegar to my herbs. Now when I'm using the magical butter machine, it has a minimum of 2 cups. So I have to make sure that I have at least 2 cups in there. All I've got to do is pour that in there, attach my top, I'm going to plug it in, I'm going to set it for 130 degrees and set it for 8 hours, and then we'll come back and look at it. Now I really love this magical butter strainer. I used to just always use a jar and a canning funnel and a reusable coffee filter. But since I've got this strainer for magical butter, I really like it. Just really get it through there. Now there's a few things that doesn't work real well, but this it really works good. Okay, now I'm just good. This is still pretty warm, so I'm going to let it sit overnight and then come back and I'll just put a lid on the jar and I'm ready to store it.
Store your herb-infused vinegar in a jar or find a decorative bottle. The flavor of the herb-infused vinegar mellows out over time. Add honey to your herb-infused vinegar and you now have an oxymel. Now, oregano and garlic would be an excellent vinegar to make. However, do not use this method to make garlic cider vinegar, also known as fire cider vinegar, as the heat would destroy the antimicrobial properties of the garlic. The heat would not destroy the other properties of the garlic, such as lowering blood pressure. And you might be an herbalist if you use vinegar or make herb-infused vinegars. Like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss my upcoming videos on making herbal remedies with vinegar.